What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I wanted to get back into this story about DJ Daniel, the 13-year-old cancer survivor who was made an honorary U.S. Secret Service agent during President Trump's congressional address Tuesday. His father had spoken with CBN News and given his thoughts on what he thought took place during the congressional hearing when nobody stood up for his son. But first, I want to read what he had to say in the New York Post. The White House reached out to us and said that President Trump wants to meet DJ. Theodis Daniel told the Post. They flew us out and FBI agents picked us up at the airport. After being sworn in and meeting Border Czar Tom Homan, DJ and his dad were escorted to prime seats for Trump's speech. We sat next to Mr. Elon. The First Lady was in front of us. Kash Patel was at my son's right shoulder, said Theodis, a 47-year-old former machinist mate and fireman with the Navy. The First Lady was nice, sweet, down to earth. Mr. Elon shook hands with us. While the Daniels families, friends, and relatives were surprised to hear DJ being singled out by the president, who called him a young man who truly loves our police, they were not shocked. According to Theodis, the Secret Service induction marked the young teen's 909th swearing in as an honorary law enforcer. DJ received his shocking brain cancer diagnosis in September 2018 when he was 6 years old. The Daniel family had just moved from San Antonio to Houston, and he and his two siblings were getting ready to enroll in new schools. Before his diagnosis, DJ, inspired by the good work of the Houston PD during Hurricane Harvey, had already decided he wanted to be a police officer when he grows up. Theodis didn't want to make his son wait for his dream, so he arranged for DJ to be sworn in as an honorary officer with the police department in Brookshire, Texas in 2019. The then 6-year-old received a uniform and a 10-gallon hat. 2 years later, I called the Texas State Troopers to see if they would come out for DJ's 9th birthday, and we had a swarm of police officers, said Theodis. The officers swore him in, and it grew from there. Suddenly, everyone wanted to have him in. On Tuesday, Trump announced, "We're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States." He takes a lot of pride in being made a police officer, said Theodis. The other officers bring him camaraderie and confidence. But Theodis, who visited the White House with his son on Wednesday, was not thrilled by Democratic lawmakers heckling the president's speech. When Al Green stood up and made that ruckus, I was disgusted, he said. What kind of message is he sending? DJ's family would not let that get in the way of their positivity. DJ has overcome the odds. It's all in who you are inside. I think God has given a tough battle to a good one. I believe that God is looking out for him and making sure that the right hands are touching him. So let's check out a clip of Theodis and DJ on CBN News. I think this is an inspiring interview. You can kind of see why this kid has the personality and the drive and fight that he has. His father is a very, very, very wise man, is what I would say. You know, it doesn't matter how he speaks. He speaks very well, by the way, but you can tell he exudes confidence. He exudes maturity. He exudes wisdom. And I think he's an inspiring figure to watch. You know, it was very inspiring for me to watch him speak and do this interview. And I thought that maybe some of y'all could get something out of it as well. So I'm going to end the video right here for me, Established Rich. I'll be back with another one. Check out the video.
Regardless of it all, I'm sure the people on the other side, they're great, wonderful people deep down inside there. But I don't know what happened. It was very heartbreaking. I just couldn't, I looked at him, he was devastated, and I just didn't know what to tell him. Because I was totally unexpected. I just was like, I can't believe this, but I'm sure, you know, I'm sure they have a little time to think about it, because they thought they were going to ruin the party, but guess what? It kept on going, because the message still got out from each and Jocelyn's mother. You got Lincoln Riley's mother. You got, I think his name was Jason, the youngster with his father, was a police officer, got killed in California. You got the West Point deal, because Mr. Trump said, well, guess what? Your application's already accepted. Made him sit down. I'm talking about, he dang near passed out. The body walked up and gave him a 5.
Excited.
There's a lot of people. You got the family of the gentleman that got killed in Butler. You know, I can just go on and go on and go on, and you know, Mr. Ortiz. You know, everybody's got a story to tell, but it's real stories. And it wasn't a political move, because none of us knew about it. He was, you know, these are real stories, real people that's willing to go out on the limb to try to make a difference without thinking about it. But with all things great, it comes with great sacrifices. God just chose us to do it because they felt like we were strong enough to do it, and guess what is happening, you know? But to see the other side of the room not even stand up for, you know, Jocelyn's mother while they were telling the story, I just couldn't believe it. And then Lincoln Riley. These are mothers you're talking about. You know, we'll come back to the fathers in a minute. You know, the mothers, come on now. You couldn't stand those mothers on that side. You didn't agree with that. Why? Why is that? You know, we didn't agree with cancer, but we stand up against it, don't we?
Yes, sir.
But we don't be nasty to people. Just don't have time for it. We got other things to do. Because that's distraction. We don't need distraction when you stay focused. When you toe that line and keep our feet planted to the ground and think about each other. Because one of these days, your tokens in life to play this life of games, of the games in life, you're going to run out, and guess what? Your game's over. And then you're going to be wondering why you're sitting there counting your last few minutes of your life saying to myself, was it worth it? Be fair, be impartial, be unbiased, do what's best in the best interest that you can sleep good at night, and you'll be good to go. Look at him. We got everything working against him, but everything's working for him.
What do you do that you love besides enforce the law?
Mostly drawing stuff. Sometimes when I get bored and I don't feel like drawing, I remember from last year, I was so goddamn bored. I wrote 10 true facts about God, and I really shouldn't have kept those things because I was going to copy them, but I just gave them away that quick.
So you're very faithful. God is very important to you?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
That's exactly what I do when I'm done with all my assignments. I'll be finding like a piece of paper or anything, go ask for a piece of paper, and as soon as I'm done with that, I just go back on the laptop.
And you work.
You know what's crazy? The teacher tell us not to go on YouTube, but guess what? We just do it anyway. She tell us to use the headphones just for the assignments, but you know we don't do that. We don't even like listening to the teacher for some reason. We just be listening to music.
What's the road ahead for you guys with his diagnosis and his medical, or where are we at, and you know what happens now?
Well, we'll go back to that song that I was telling you about, King George, Keep It Rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. I'm sure he can tell you better, that sound better coming from him, but he can tell you how long he wants to continue doing this, and I'll take him everywhere because, I'm his dad, but, I got upgraded to a position of chauffeur. So I drive him everywhere. We prefer it that way. Plus they get to see what the country looks like, and they get to experience it, have a little bit more memory and things of that nature. It keeps everything moving fluidly,
What do you feel like when you wear that uniform?
Proud and safe.
It's very impressive.
Oh, he's got a stash of uniforms. We've got 17 of them in that bag.
You have 17 uniforms in your bag here?
Mm-hmm.
And if you'd like to get a shot of it, we'd like to either.
We sure would. We sure would. How proud are you?
Oh, I'm beyond proud. None of these children has to be here. Nobody. And you gotta go out on a limb for them. You got to. Might not have it all, but I give you what I got. It's like with the medicine to have 5 months to live. Who wants to hear that? About anyone, especially a child. That's out of order.
5 months, 6 years ago.
I know that. I know. But when they approached us about the experimental medicine, they needed a patient for the study. I was like, well, can you give me more than 5 months, maybe 10 minutes or an hour? I'll take the deal. Something's better than nothing. That's what the old folks used to say. I said, well, like my dad said, let's give it a go. And we took it. It drew blood from me. I don't know. I swear they sucked a lot of blood out of me and stuff. So,
What dreams do you still have? Last night was pretty big. Is that the biggest, or do you have more dreams that you want to fulfill?
I'm not sure about that yet. But if I did, honestly, I'm just going to keep on doing this.
Do you pray?
A lot.
A lot. What are your prayers like?
I'm going to be honest, I do not know how to answer that.
Sing that one song that got you through.
I just can't keep this out of my head. This song called Inside Out. It goes like this. Inside out. Inside out. You must serve my Jesus from the inside out. I know I'm a child, but I may not know very much. I know the word of God is true. If you read the Bible, you'll have a little room for doubt. Standing in this spirit is from the inside out.